Cabalwannabe here with your bonus episode of the week. This beautiful Friday morning, we are looking at Knights vs. Dragons with the full deck list. The box has that foily thing going on that we all love so much. The decks themselves offer good strategy for one-on-one duels. Although there aren't a lot of money rares, I'm sure the box set will sell an expected amount because of its theme. If you're after the product that's chock full of money rares and pimp cards for your EDH, 5-color, vintage, or Type 2 decks, then this isn't for you. You're better off just buying the singles you need after all the kids have gotten this. The Knights themselves in the Knight deck aren't really impressive. A lot of them are either flyers or first strikers, and they just cost too much mana to get into play effectively. You get one or two out in that set. You're going to want these Knights here that I'm showcasing. They are the rare Knights. On average, they cost about 2 or 3 mana, 4 being the higher casting cost one. And they all give good abilities. 2 of them give bonuses to Knights, and the Knights that are the rare ones are the better ones. But they're not strong enough by themselves to kill the dragons and take them. The other spells have a lot of removal and pump effects. We've got things like Griffin Guide to help with the flying, and the Mighty Leap to help with the flying. Harm's Way, I don't even know what's going to deal 2 damage from the Dragon deck, but Loxodon Warhammer's got new arc, and so does Knight of the Reliquary, if you did not know. So there's your alternate art card. The Dragon deck has a whole 6 dragons, and not one of them is really impressive, except for, Bogard and Hellkite with the alternative artwork. But if they were just stuck 4 of those in here, it'll be better than having these other 5 useless ones. Killmoth Dragon's cool, but he's not, a game winner by himself because he gets targeted immediately. There's a goblin sub-theme in here, and we got the one that devours goblins as well, but the goblin sub-theme just needs to go. I mean, you're going to block and then use their abilities later? No, they're going to block and die like all goblins do. So back to Knights, the smaller Knights are better than the larger ones, but the lack of power need to really hurt the opponent. I think they should have stuck to either mono weight with something like color hosing, or better Knights in general. The bigger Knights get stronger in the late game, but take a while to get quote-unquote big. The lands here are optional. They leave you with choices rather than just play land go. They give you options of like thinning your deck, giving protection, and bouncing. Plus there's a man land in there. Quite impressive options for a WotC deck. A lot of the non-creature spells involving either make your Knights bigger or dealing with a nasty dragon in the form of Reprisal, Oblivion Ring, and Reciprocate. Not terrible considering we'll have to wait and see how the deck is before criticizing that we don't have enough good mana open on our opponent's turn. Mana seems to be a big problem with that deck, at least from an observational standpoint. On to the Dragon deck. My biggest problem with it, the dragons chosen are unimpressive. I want to tear the opponent apart, not deal with little bits of damage when I have mana open. The Goblin sub-theme is adorable to say the best. They're there to help hold the ground until the dragons show up. But they also double back to either help cast or feed the dragons, which is cool, but I'd rather have these goblins do something other than sit there and die. But then again, they're goblins. Splitting Earth, Seismic Strike, and Jaws of Stone all take advantage of the Only Mountains mana base. I was hoping to find some cool mana fixing for dragons or mana ramping in the lands, but they chose to use the mountains as another source of damage. A Velokut would have been cool here, but alas, it's not. Still a cool take on a seemingly simple mana base that you don't see much in any kind of pre-constructed deck. Arlamary Sphere and Ghostfire are the really oddball cards in the deck, but they can help you mana ramp your way up and get around Protection Knights, so it's cool. Overall, the decks are built to battle each other, and I think they'll do that just fine. If you're after a whole bunch of alternate art cards, you're not going to find it here. But you will find Knight of the Reliquary and that dragon that everyone loves. If that's worth the price tag to you, and go ahead and get it. I'll just be trading for them if I need them. I think for the most part, the decks are a letdown, as we don't have anything as strong as a Chroma, Angel of Wrath, or Demonic Tutor like we did in Divine vs. Demonic. There aren't even any real money cards here outside of Knight of the Reliquary, which has been upgraded to Mythic. For those of you who buy it, let me know in the comments or leave a video response on what you think of it. What you liked, what you didn't like, if you think it's worth the price you paid. Knights vs. Dragons I was really psyched for, and like most people, I was let down. Big time.